Thank you, everybody. Today is our 23rd Talk and Learn session. I forgot to clarify that. The type of low-key images that I do are during the day. They're not nighttime low-key. So it's not necessarily shooting it in low light. What I do is I shoot it during the day, so I have all the details that I want, and then I darken whatever it is I decide I want to darken, and we're going to talk about that. However, when I do shoot and I want to darken, you have to be cautious not to blow out anything in your image, because once you have peaking, your highlights are peaking, then you will not be able to darken anything there. So just some examples of low-key images now. I love Gabriel's images. They're kind of borderline low-key, but what I wanted to show here is how he completely darkens areas out where he's not afraid to do that. And a key feature actually in what I like sharing is exaggeration. And we're going to talk about exaggeration as well during this session. When you're shooting low-key images, not to do things gently, but to exaggerate. And here is the image that I showed you before. Now, this is a daytime long exposure image. Okay, there's nothing too special about it. When you're shooting low key, you just take a regular average shot. And this is another one. And I actually have to show you the before and after of this image. So this was the shot that it was taken during the day. Okay, just a regular shot. However, when I went to process it, I share this quite a bit with people. I saw a bow and arrow. So I took this image, and these are the lines that I knew I wanted to stand out. Okay, so how do you do that? You find the features when you're shooting something, even if it's people, even if it's architecture, whatever it is, there's something about the scene that pops out from everything else. And you need to know what that is when you're out there taking the shot. So that everything else that is not the features that registered in your mind, all those need to be darkened and need to be toned down, and you have to let the features that you like shine through. And we're going to see how to do that. So this is the processing, and you can see that what I highlighted was the bridge itself and the cables. Now, something also very, very important. Darker darks will make brighter brights stand out more. I hope this makes sense. So the darker the black is next to the white, the whiter the white will look. Okay, it's the rule of contrast. It's nothing new, but when you exaggerate, it makes it pop out a little more. Okay, and that's very, very important. I might have not phrased it properly, but things to keep in mind. And you can see here, this is an ordinary black and white conversion. Nothing is popping. However, when you accentuate the contrast, everything pops a lot more. Okay? So I personally shoot a lot of low-key of architectural photography. However, I showed Barry Wolf's images in our first session. He shoots a lot of low-key, he did a body of work with animals and very beautiful images. Okay. So how do you get your backgrounds so black? You do that in post-processing. Okay. So you can see how this is dark. This is just vignetting, like dark vignetting. We're going to see how to do things like that.